Howdy, and welcome to Anatomy by Kitty Horrorshow. Download the link in the description if you'd like to play. The game is available for $3 American, but it has a name your own price feature, so you can give the developer whatever you'd like for this game as long as it's $3 American are over. And I'd appreciate it if you supported the developer. I'd also appreciate it if you checked out the GoFundMe link in the description to help a young trans guy get his wisdom teeth removed. So we've played a Kitty Horrorshow game previously on this channel for Let's Play Halloween. We played The Haunted Cities Volume 3, and I really enjoyed that game. And I've heard good things about Anatomy, so I figured a good way to end the season for this year of Let's Play Halloween, the excellently named series that I did a good job naming, with this thing that I've heard a good thing about. The video is very dark for me. There doesn't seem to be any settings for gamma or anything, so I'm not sure how this is going to look on YouTube. I will do my best editing it. But you know, we'll cross that path when I'll cross that path to make sure this video is viewable for you. So, I should read the content warning. Sorry, it just kind of drops us in there, and I was trying to remember everything I needed to say. I mean, the content warnings are in the description, but there's a content warning for distorted and flashing images, body horror, and strong horror themes. It's interesting. Body horror is, it's a horror that I never really considered growing up, despite the fact that a lot of things use body horror, and it seems like body horror has become very, very popular over the years. I mean, it's understandable why. Like, everybody's got a fucking body, and everybody's gonna feel weird whenever weird things happen with their body. So it's a very understandable type of fear. We should probably, I mean, obviously, this is going to be important to interact with. I guess this is a diagram of how to open up a rib cage. Interesting. Before we do that, I kind of want to take a look around before we start, before we get down with what's ever going on here. I didn't really consider this, but with that hand, or the rib broken diagram, I guess this is probably something to do with like how the tendons in your hand work, perhaps. I'm not exactly sure. The little spirals in the thumb are strange, and the there's like a junction like in the middle of the palm that looks very like straight away. Like, I'm not sure. I don't think a hand bone looks like that. It could also be like a fortune telling thing, like where you like read the hand. I'm not exactly sure. It does seem like all these doors are locked, and I'm imagining they won't start to open up until we interact with the that tape recorder downstairs, because it is August of 1994, as we saw from the VHS tape of Anatomy that we seem to be watching. This looks like a spider of some sort, given the legs, but it looks like it's like under a drop of water, perhaps. Maybe it's like a cell from a microscope, and it's like some kind of weird like nucleus. I've forgotten all of that stuff. I don't even remember which one is the powerhouse of the cell anymore. That's how much I've forgotten. Some kind of weird ant or beetle with like a big thorax. Is the thorax? The thorax might be the middle part, not the butt. I cannot remember that either. Yeah, no lights in this home. Either that or they're all gone. What the hell is this thing? See, this top part kind of reminds me of the bell of a jellyfish, but the way this thing comes down looks like some kind of sharp like insect leg. So perhaps this is another like part of an insect, if I would have to guess. I mean, it could be another cell, or a cell of some sort, but there does seem to be an insect thing going on with this mosquito. So, okay, well, we've explored the home to our fullest ability. Oh, shoot, we can run. We can just book it in this game. I'm holding down shift, and just look at us go. We are so fast. Damn, that'll be useful for getting around in the future. Oh, and also when I hit shift, you kind of lean forward. I guess you're getting into like a runner's position, so you can zoom. Damn, that is one of the fastest runs in a video game I've seen in a long time. How do I interact with? Oh, here we go. There we go.
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined itself by its buildings. Buildings for worship, buildings for socializing, buildings for protection, even buildings for the commemoration of the dead. But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
Makes sense. Oh, there's a tape in the dining room. Is this not the dining room? Oh, I guess this is the kitchen. Well, we know where the next tape is. Yeah, the home. Very important. It's where you live. You got to go to the home. So yeah, I can understand that. And we are in a home right now. Is this? I mean, this is more of a living room than a dining room. Like, there's not much room to dine in here. We did hear like a click. I assumed that click was the tape finishing, doing its tape thing. But it also could have been like the click of a door. I guess we did find it. Oh, you know what? This probably connects back out to the Yeah, it's right next to the kitchen, the way you'd expect a dining room. I'm not sure if this game has subtitles as an option. I didn't see any option screen when I tried to do this before. If I hit escape, the game just ends. I probably should have checked that README a little harder for the controls. But I will have edited the subtitles in for you. Hopefully I didn't completely brain problem situation and forget.
The house is one of the key elements that separates modern humanity from its more primitive antecedents. No other creature goes to such lengths to create lasting, permanent shelter for itself, nor regards said shelters with such reverence and import. Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy toward their homes? There are many reasons, of course, but perhaps it is due in some small part to seeing them as a reflection of ourselves.
Well, I managed to get into the sort of get into the chair while that went. Like, I wasn't expecting like be able to jump and be able to crouch and to be able to zoom the way we do. The downstairs bedroom. Is there a bedroom in between? No, this is a bathroom. Wait, did it say downstairs? It might have said bathroom instead of bedroom. I thought it said bedroom because my ability to read, I guess, is pretty poor. Yeah, this one's not opening. And I didn't see... Oh, yeah, this is probably a closet if I had to guess. Yeah, I mean, we found a door that opened, so it probably said bathroom, and I'm just dumb and cannot read, which is probably the answer.
The anatomy of the house is such that this analogy is less superficial than at first it may seem. To carry it further, if we were to dissect a house as we might a human cadaver, we would find ourselves able to isolate and describe its various appendages and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn between those organs of a house and those of a human body.
Yeah, it's an easy 1-to-1 for, you think about it. The kitchen, it's the brain. All the food goes there. And it's where food comes from, and that's what the brain does. That's the most important part. Obviously, there is a more intelligent thing that you could be saying about that with like the stomach and stuff. But food, very often on me brain. So it makes sense to me. I cannot believe how fucking dark this game is. Very, very. Oh, oops! I hit the zoom button instead of the crouch down button. Let's see what's in this garage. You got your washer and dryer. Don't think I've ever seen a garage with a washer dryer hookup. When I think about it, I've seen it in media and video games mostly, but I've never lived in a house. It might be a regional thing because I've lived my entire life in Texas. Maybe like if you live like in the like northern United States, other places other than the U.S. of A, perhaps maybe it's more common to have a washer dryer hookup there. I mean, it makes sense.
For example, let us examine the living room. Often the dominant space of a house's ground level, as well as typically the center of activity in a well-populated home, the living room is very much the heart of the house. While a human heart circulates blood to oxygenate the body's extremities, the living room circulates people, activity, communication. It is the room most likely to be found beating, as active and vivacious as its name would imply. The comparison is only strengthened when we consider also that the living room is most commonly the room to contain the fireplace, making it additionally a locus of actual physical heat.
Oh, okay. See, they're telling us about the home and like what they do. But the line, the living room circulates people, did send like it gave me a little shiver. Like, oh, that's circulating people is a scary concept. Like, I understand what it's saying. It's like, oh yeah, it circulates people. People come in and out constantly. It is the living room, the only room you're allowed to live in. Don't try to live in any other room. You bed in the bedroom, you kitchen in the kitchen, you dine in the dining room, you live in the living room. So go circulate there.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are its veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend or long drive and come suddenly face to face with a tall, dark manor will tell you that it is difficult to shake the impression that the house, through its lightless windows, is a creature capable of vision and intelligence.
I can't say that I've ever had that experience. I don't think I've ever seen a very, very large home in the way a manor is. One time when I was on the job for my second job, I saw some very rich people houses that I had to go install a TV in. When I worked at Fry's over a decade ago, about a decade ago, who could say? So I've never had that feeling, but you do hear it very often where people are like, "Oh, the house is watching me." So it checks out to me, even if I haven't personally experienced it.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom, dreams are dreamt, passions are ignited, epiphanies are experienced in cold sweat at early hours. In the bedroom is where people invariably spend the majority of their time, though comparatively little of it whilst conscious.
That is an interesting one, comparing the bedroom to your mind, because of going in there and dreaming. I have lived in studio. Well, actually, there was a period where I actually did have a bedroom for like a year or two, but for the most part, I've spent the last decade living in studio apartments where it's basically just one big old room. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to think about it in this way, seeing as I have personally just lived in a very large space for the most recent past, at least for the last nearly 5 years. My bedroom has also been basically the kitchen, everything. So it's interesting to think about in this way, and that if these comparisons are apt and true, I should be zooming. How this affects you when you don't live in a traditional home or a place with a traditional home structure.
And yet this analogy is an incomplete one, for obviously the mind is an exceedingly complex thing. If the bedroom represents the thinking, dreaming part of the brain, then it is the basement that represents those lower, unconscious parts. The basement is dark. It is buried. It is a place full of cobwebs where memories are stored. A poignant comparison, truly. Often the unnerving uncertainty that comes with considering the deeper aspects of the human psyche is not unlike gazing down at the swimming blackness pooled at the bottom of a basement stairwell. It is a place we spend our childhoods filling with monsters that will lay for years in patient silence. It is a place that, barring some specific errand, we seldom ever want to go.
I've never lived in a home with a basement, so this one's a little difficult for me to think about. But also, this one feels like it rings the truest to me out of any of these comparisons, because it's oh yeah, thinking about the mind, the basement it's where you put stuff like your memory, and it's underneath, and a lot of stuff you're just kind of tucking away. So it's well, what is actually going on down there? Your subconscious, etc., etc. I think that part of this analogy is very good, and I don't really have any direct things to compare it against in my own life, but I think this one, out of everything so far, pretty spot on. What I would compare it to, when I used to live in a home with like lived with my parents and stuff, like the attic, it's an attic. It's just the up basement. It's attic. It's weird. People think about basements as being very scary, but honestly, I would think the attic being more scary because it's a bit more of a claustrophobic space. And also, like I said, I'm from Texas, so you go up there and you stay up there for too long in the summer, and you'll die. It's pretty scary.
Of course, this comparison, though appropriate, is a very heavy-handed one, and often the basement is little more than a storage space littered with the corpses of spiders and woodlice. While poets and psychoanalysts no doubt dread the thought of a dark basement, in truth, it is the bedroom, the waking mind, that place of dreams. It is actually the most frightening of all.
Interesting. That is an interesting. Well, okay, so that part of the analogy I don't think lines up. Like, obviously, with the analogy, there's going to be liberties taken in some places, but the idea that the waking mind being the scariest part. Sure, I can get behind that part. The mind's a scary place. A lot's going on in there, etc., etc. Like that part, like I agree with. The fact that the bedroom being the scariest part in the home, however, I'm not entirely sure. What is that? Well, I guess we'll walk around the bedroom and find out. What is happening here? Looks like a row of teeth and then maybe a nostril. So perhaps this is like in ears. Maybe it's like not exactly like a shot of like the face from like you're looking at someone laying down like as if you were a dentist and putting something on them. I'm not exactly sure. Yep, more teeth. Even more teeth. Okay, so definitely something happening in here with teeth, and those are definitely dog teeth. What is here? Has it just moved? Where is the door? Did the door disappear, or the door might have disappeared on us, or I may just be doing a bad job at navigating around in the dark, because I believe, I think this room may have shifted around us, because when we came in, there was like there's a door here. It's gone now.
It is here, in the bedroom, that we are at our most vulnerable. Each night we shut our senses to the world for hours at a time, trusting in the house to keep us safe until next we wake. In this state of extreme vulnerability, we will spend something like 20% of our lives. Anything might stand beside us, watch us, keep us company until dawn, and we would never perceive it. We can only pray that the house will not let such things carry on as we sleep. In this way, during these hours, the bedroom seems less like a mind and more like a mouth. For it is here that the house is most likely to betray us. It is here that we place ourselves most at the house's mercy and spend each night hoping that it will not bite down.
Oh, I think the house bit down. Oh shoot! And it just closed. It just straight up ended right there. Okay, it did say that there were multiple endings to this game. I'm not too sure what we could be doing differently. I'm gonna pop open this README while I'm here and just look around, interact with. Yeah, okay. I believe I did find all the instructions. Let's just pop this baby open again. See if we could do anything different, because I'm not exactly sure. So that is interesting. First off, I'm gonna say the estimation that you spend 20% of your life asleep seems like a bit of a lowball, because like if you were to assume that you were only sleeping 6 hours, that'd still be a quarter. So like 20% isn't that far off, but that's still like a pretty noticeable difference. That is not getting enough sleep, I would have to say. Let's just pop this in. This time I'm just gonna walk away.
The psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house.
No, it's different this time.
Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defied their thought. But of all the structures that
I mean, it sounds different, but I can't really make out what it's saying this time. Okay, well, there used to be a tape in here last time. It's not really it's not really there anymore. It seems like all the doors. Oh wait, did we come to the? tape in the dining room. Yep, there sure is. It seems like the doors to the home unlocked quicker this time, so perhaps this is less of a story with... Oh, is there a light in this? There's light in the home now. Holy shit, I don't know if that was here before and I just didn't notice it, or if it's new. Hard to say, but you know, we got light. We should use it, baby. Maybe take a look around. I guess I'll go pop this back in so we can start looking for our next friend. Where did we go next? After the dining room, I think we went into the bathroom to find the thing, but I'm not sure if the tape will appear until it's ready to appear. The mouth metaphor, oh, I don't think I ever went in here, is an interesting one for me, because, like, the mouth as a dangerous place doesn't really, like, downstairs bathroom doesn't really check out for, like, your own personal body. Like, the mouth of, like, another creature could be dangerous, you know, because it could bite you. You could be consumed. But your own mouth, not. I mean, your mouth could be dangerous to you. You know, if you like. Oh, that. Yeah. That noise spooked me. It was loud. Oh, where'd this go? Well, wherever this went, I don't remember, and it won't let me out. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so the mouth analogy is kind of an interesting one. I think we went to the living room next. I think the static on screen is getting stronger with the... Oh, can I not? There is doors are unlocked. Okay. At this point, they're just like, hey, go find it. Oh, what is this? We turn on the TV. We turn it on and off to create a little bit more light. The only light in the living room. Because as we were told, you know, the living room, it's a place of living. It circulates people. So we can go in there and we can live. We can circulate. I don't see any lights in the darkness. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to continue seeing the flash of light that we received from the... maybe we shouldn't come in here saying as how badly it went last time. Oh, hey, look. Okay, we came in here. Last time, you know, there was all the pictures of teeth, but now we have, like, a little town. That's a nice little drawing. Closet. What's in the closet? What's in the closet? Well, we'll leave that one alone. So, something's... There's a door in the closet, at the very least. We know that. Yeah, there's not all the paintings of teeth. So, once we picked up that tape in here is when the room probably went all topsy-turvy on us. There's a lady laying there. It looks like there's something hovering over it. Some kind of, like, little creature, like a little mole or something. Just chilling. You know, when you have a pet, you have a pet, and they're gonna get on top. If they're nimble and active enough, they will get on top of you while you're asleep. That's what those little guys like to do. Never came in this bathroom before. Yeah, something wrong with that painting. You hate whenever your paintings do that. Yeah, so just to end that thought, because I'm not sure if I finished it. Just the mouth metaphor I find interesting, because, you know, I'm also not a good at metaphor and analogy person. In fact, it is very much an analogy, because analogy, as far as I'm aware, is when the metaphor has a lot to it. Amen. At first I was like, oh, okay, this one's gibberish. I don't understand this. And I was like, oh, no, never mind. I recognize it now. It's that prayer that I should probably know, having grown up Catholic, but have just totally forgotten. So yeah, little prayer. Someone lodged that painting just straight up into the wall, or the ceiling, the upper wall. And, you know, the wall the upper ceiling wall did not appreciate it, and has grown some strands to protest the lodging of the painting in the wall. As, you know, the homes are one to do. Like we heard, we have we're a team. Us in the house. The house keeps us safe. We I guess give it upkeep. That's the word I was looking for. We don't keep the house on the uptake. The house typically doesn't take much to the uptake that you give it when you come in and say, yo, house, you'll never believe what happened today. But, you know, we upkeep it. So we live there, and hopefully things don't hurt us, the house included. and we make sure it doesn't fall apart, which I assume homes don't want to fall apart. Accidentally smacked my my mouse there. Tape in the living room. Well, it seems like the text has gotten healthier, which is always a good thing, but we heard some trilling. It sounded like it was coming from a creature of some sort. Hard to say what kind of creature it would be. Is this just a picture of an autopsy? Maybe a surgery of some sort? That seems, maybe it's a bit late to be like, that sounds macabre, but, that seems like a strange thing to have. What is this tape? It's having a little bit of trouble, but, no problem for us. Hey, TV, you want... No. This isn't a TV that takes cassette tapes. Cassettes are different than VHS. We all know this. Everybody... I said that like I didn't understand that, but the joke was more that it's a very reasonable thing that people at some point may be like, well, why is that VHS real small? Because, they're very outdated mediums at this point. But I do know the difference. My first car had a cassette player. I was born the year before this game takes place.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of the house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of its bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of the house are like veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of the house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend on a long drive and come suddenly face to face with a pale, dark manor will tell you that the house is a creature capable of...
I don't know why I got quiet. I was like quiet, like trying to listen if something would happen, but nothing happened. We didn't even get text that time popping up to be like, "Hey, go somewhere." So I'm not sure what we should be doing now. It mentioned that was the one mentioning the stairs and the windows, which is why I ran into the living room, because I was like, oh, I remember there being windows in there. So perhaps now maybe we need to look out a window. Maybe I do just need to make my way over to the staircase. Hey, wait, the lamp turned off. Who turned you off, lamp? Maybe the lamp just got a little tired, took a little nap. Sometimes you need to give your electronics breaks. Don't just leave your phone on forever. It's bad for it, I guess. I always forget to turn it off, so I can't really preach on this all that much. Oh, there's light in here. What is happening over here? Oh, it's just a tape, just a floating tape. The tapes, they have the reason they're called tapes is because they have magnetic tape in them. So, a cassette tape, it has tape in it. So we can only assume that this is a very good tape with some very good high-grade magnetic tape in it. And that's why it was floating, which it's normal. Cassettes did that all the time.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human...
I don't know why I'm getting quiet, because it is the same thing that we heard last time. I was trying to think there for a moment, because we went into the bedroom, and in that time, it was speaking about the bedroom. So perhaps it was like, we need to go get the tape from the next place. Maybe that's what's happening at this point in the game. Not exactly sure. Let's, I guess, go back up, because where did we go after the master bedroom? Well, we didn't go anywhere after the master bedroom. That's the answer. That's the real and true answer. Anything in the tub? I don't know. I don't think anything's going to appear until the tape finishes. But, we can walk around, see if anything's glowing, because it does appear that the tapes are still emitting light. I was about to say, did all the legs disappear? They did not. It's just we beat them. Not that we beat them here. I was like, haha, we beat them here. But no, it was just I couldn't see them from outside the room until we entered. Like, you can see those ones over there. But there's ones right here that are just too faint, or maybe they're getting cold from the vision. I'm not exactly sure. This window, you know, you hate whenever you go into a place and you're looking at your new home and you're like, wow, it has so many windows. And later on you find out, oh boy, that wasn't a window. They put an animated GIF on our wall and it wasn't a window at all. We've gotten duped. We have been bested by the realtors. They have lied to us. And now we live in this home without a window. Damn, this tape is going on for a while. The tape?
The basement is dark.
Okay, that seems like the end of the tape. Yeah. I forgot what this one was previously, but, you know, it is the basement. So we came in just... Oh, hey. Hello. Oh, and it closed on us. Damn. We came in just in time to hear, Sinew. The basement is dark. Okay, I'm not sure how many endings there are. The game said there's multiple endings, so be sure to play multiple times. So let's just fire up this bad boy one more again, and we'll find out what is up. There's multiple graphic qualities. There's a lo-fi setting, a hi-fi setting, and then the middle option of suggested. So I picked suggested because I assumed, like, oh, that's the option that they want me to pick. I'm not sure if the creator prefers... Like, it started on lo-fi. This is the way it's always looked, yeah. August 18th, 1994, Anatomy, yeah. I could read that, no problem. So I'm not sure if perhaps the game starting on lo-fi as its low setting is just a normal Unity thing where it's like, yeah, the lowest setting is the default. But one was called suggested, so I was like, well, if it's called suggested, I should probably go with that. And this, yeah. Those legs from that one room have grown stronger. Oh, this is just a mistake. You go to IKEA and you get two different cabinets. You start building them together. We've all made that mistake. You just slam them together accidentally. Some painting has happened in this room. Someone's like, damn, I love that painting I have over my bed. I wish it was larger. And they turned that painting into a mural, which is, you know, that would have taken a long time to paint that. Also, the lighting of the home. What is this? Oh, this is that painting of, like, the teeth dentist thing that I couldn't really figure out what was what with. We have a bit more lighting in the home now with the red. Oh, that chair is completely out of reach if I wanted to sit down and listen to one of these tapes. I can't really understand. Oh, some of the kitchen's gone. I mean, obviously the appliances are missing, but a lot of the kitchen is missing too. So doesn't seem to be basement time. I haven't edited this yet, obviously, since I am still playing it. But a lot of the tapes are kind of just indecipherable for me now. I mean, you know, I've been running away from them too. Oh, there's a plate. Yeah, fuck that plate. A lot of the I don't know why, but just the door being like ajar like that and opening that tickled me. I enjoyed that. Let's turn on this light. Boop. Yep, just the way I love my lights. You know, some pink light, you know. It's good luck. Good luck. I like it a lot. What about you, TV? How you doing? I can't make out that word. Oh, you never came back. I was looking at that, and I was taking that as an L. So I was like, LL, so I was like, call never, but I think it says you never came back. Okay, well, we got some light going. We have our tape. It does seem like we need to maybe do the rounds and collect the tapes in the order that we previously did, which will be a problem, because I can't remember anything. Yeah, but like I can't understand what that's saying. So at some point, I'm guessing that these subtitles are probably going to be missing. So I'm sorry, there wasn't an option for subtitles. There weren't any options in the game as far as I could see. I probably could have dug through the files a bit more. But you know, sometimes you dig through files and you get some spoilies, and I don't want to get too spoiled. I did read the README that said README. There is also a README file that came with the game that was like spoilers, you know, read after playing, which I'm guessing will probably have some of the creators' thoughts on what this all means about this analogy of the home and its anatomy and its relation to the body. You know, I'm sure we'll hit that point at some point. But not now. Let's continue onwards. Hearts? Yeah. Assuming the words that we are seeing are the words. Oh, I still cannot enter yeah, this door. I cannot interact with it, but it is keeping me from entering the closet. If we assume that the words that we are seeing are the word... Did I get this one over here? I don't think so. The words that we're saying, assuming that it's from the house, assuming the house is saying it, yeah, if I were the house, I'd probably be hurting too. Oh, I see. I was like, just the sight of this like really small door like made me smile, because sometimes in like old homes you see those tiny doors that like old people be like, oh, it's for the fairies and like weird stuff like that, when it's actually just, I guess, leads to like a crawl space or something. But so this little door made me smile, but I think the door is just clipped into the ground. Not that anything would ever clip in anatomy. No. This is the way the home is supposed to be. The home is supposed to be in pain. It's here to protect us, and protecting us is a busy job with a lot of pain. You know, this room, one would think, well, with a little bit of work, you could turn this into a bedroom, or you know, you could. Oh, can you not close the doors on yourself? Oh yeah, you can. You know, this is just a perfectly fine room. You know, a good old water room, the room that you take some water into and you splash about, have a good time. You know, that could be... What is this? Oh, you know, it's just your home's flesh, the home flesh. Every home has flesh. A lot of painting has happened in this home since we were last here. I think this might just be looping. I was just going to stand there and listen to it because... Oh, no. Hey, no, I just walked away from it. Okay. Well, you keep doing your thing, you know. I get it. You know, sometimes we all feel like that a lot of the time. Most of the time. I do like just the point of reference that used to be the one with... Is that the Lord's Prayer? I don't remember. I can't remember what they're called. Oh, I got too close to the wall and we can hear it. It's still going. Oh, I thought there were two tapes, but it's just like the shadow of the tape is extending. Oh, well, you know. Can I go stick this in the screamy tape recorder? Can we listen to that in here? You still going? Yeah, that one's just gonna keep going. Yeah. You know, when you need a good scream, you gotta get it out of your system. Because if you don't get it out of your system, it's gonna stay in your system. So you gotta scream, let it out of your system, and put it into the home. Let the home deal with it. It's the home's problem now. And I think that's probably healthy, as we can see. Didn't really gleam a lot from that. So I suppose it's just a time for a good old walk around the house. See what's up, if anything's changed. Did we find anything in this room? 2 mirrors. An upgrade, you know. Sometimes to get your second flashing mirror, you gotta accept that there's gonna be some home tendrils. And, you know, that's just a part. Oh, yeah, can we? Yeah! This one, no, this one has not bested me because I remembered I can jump. Hell yeah. Gotta, you know, oh, there's a few more little gifts for us just to smash apart. Thanks, home. Thank you for the plates to smash. You know I love them so. I appreciate oh, what? Hello? Oh, it's a good thing that I heard the TV making TV noises, because I was about to walk past this and go back upstairs, but I heard the TV. I was like, oh, is the TV saying something? Well, the TV was making a noise. It wasn't saying anything intelligible, per se. Intelligible to me, at the very least.
If we were to dissect the house, we would find organs and stomach, brains and minds and eyes, dreams and memories and a mouth that will bite down.
Okay. Oh, yep. Dreams, memories, bite down. Got a good old flesh wall. We still have our tape recorder. Can we do anything with the flesh wall? No, we don't seem to be able to interact with the flesh wall at all. I guess it's more of a flesh door. You know, it was like a door before without the door, an entryway, I suppose you could say, since it didn't have the physical door. But now it's got a flesh door. You know, someone's been doing some renovations in the house. Can see some red over here. We run over. Oh, hello.
There is an important distinction that must be drawn between the words dissection and vivisection. A distinction that would appear to be lost on you. Your purpose was to listen, and yet at every turn you have pried, you have prodded, and you have interfered. Have you not been paying attention? Did it not occur to you that as an organism existing within a greater organism, your intrusion would be felt? And still you harassed. And now, like the wayward spider who witlessly settles upon a sweeper's tongue, you will be swallowed. Because the truth is this. When a house is both hungry and awake, every room becomes a mouth.
Oh, there we go. I thought that'd be the end, but I suppose the home has made its point and has consumed us. Every room's a mouth. Damn. You know, we were hearing these analogies and I was considering them, but I never thought that, you know, perhaps, you know, the home's just fed up with our shit. Every room is a mouth. I guess I'll run this way. Don't know which way we should go. I'm already facing this way. So I guess now we are in the actual innards of the home. We've heard, you know, like the veins and such being like hallways. What is this? Just some more flesh. But now we're in like the true, honest to goodness gut of the home. We have been consumed. We are in the mouth. We saw the teeth, and now we're getting to see what's going on, what the home is working with. Still got a few amenities from our previous considerations of the home. You know, TV, some windows. We'll go left. You know, door, another TV. What is this? I'm guessing whatever that is progress. So let's turn around. Just go check the other way. You know, the home has invited us here. It has consumed us, so we should be good guests. Take a look around, see everything we can see. Find out what. It's the tape player. It's gotten very large. Maybe we've gotten small. It's hard to say. Because the relative size of objects now has changed. I guess the house was fed up with Euclidean space and non-Euclid our space. Oh, okay. Well, we picked it up, and it closed the game once again. I'm gonna pop open the game one more time, but something tells me I feel like we may have hit the end with that one. That one felt very definitive, like a very definitive end. We were consumed by the home. Let's see where it spits us out. Spits us out because it consumed us. Oh no, we're somewhere. We can see the tape. I guess maybe we're back in the basement, like we passed out, and this is just where the home left us. Not sure. I don't have any actions I can perform. None of the buttons seem... Oh, there we go.
What happens to a house when it is left alone? When it becomes worn and aged? When its paint peels and its foundations begin to sink? When it goes for too long unlived in? What does it think of? What does it dream? How does it regard those creatures who built it? Brought it into existence only to abandon it when its usefulness no longer satisfies them? It may grow lonesome. It may stare for long hours into the darkness of its own empty halls and see shadows. And its heart may jump as it thinks, here's someone again, I'm not alone. And each time it is wrong, and the hurt starts over. It may haunt itself, inventing ghosts to walk its floors, making friends with its shadow puppets, laughing and whispering to itself at the end of some quiet cul-de-sac. It may grow angry. Its basement may fill with churning acid like an empty stomach, and its gorge may rise as it asks itself through clenched teeth, what did I do wrong? It may grow bitter. It may grow hungry. So hungry and so bitter that its scruples dissolve and its doors unlock themselves. While a house may hunger, it cannot starve. And so, in fever and anger and loneliness, it may simply lie in wait. Doors open. Shades drawn. Hallways empty. Hungry.
Okay, none of the buttons seem to be doing anything. That feels like that's probably the thesis statement of this game. I'm guessing. I'm assuming that there's not anything else after this, but I guess we can sit here for a moment and just see if like the game will close naturally, or if I need to hit escape on this one and then foolishly restart the video game again. Okay, so I waited there for about a minute. I could have waited longer, but I assume after a minute nothing was happening. And I am once again going to foolishly open the game. I assume at this point, if I open it, it'll either return to the first loop of the game or return us to on the floor with the tape recorder. Yeah, I imagine it's about to say the same thing again. Okay, so I waited there for a moment, and it didn't repeat itself. It was just the end with nothing more to say. I suppose we've heard everything that we're going to hear from Anatomy. So the home as a living entity, it's a thing I've heard a couple times from like different like pieces of horror, and normally it just kind of ends up being like, oh no, the house itself is haunted. That it's not that there was a scary ghost, but you've upset the house. And you know, that's a thing I've heard a couple times in horror, but this definitely steps it up to a very interesting degree with a lot of metaphor and analogy. I should have said a lot of analogy built into it with comparisons between the human body. Because like when it said body horror at the beginning, like we saw like some weird pictures of teeth and like the teeth like melt, like merging from the like basement, and then the big sinewy thing at the end. But normally when you think about body horror, I mean, I guess body horror is a lot of things, but normally when I would consider body horror, I would think about like, oh no, my guts are coming out and they're turning into hands, you know, something like that. Not specifically, you know, some like Cronenberg stuff, like to point out the obvious. I like Cronenberg goes hard though, so you know, but you know, you would think of more of stuff happening to your personal body. I typically, if like, I guess, wouldn't think of body horror as, oh shit, my home got some flesh walls and teeth are coming out of it. But that definitely does. It's body horror of another type where the parts of the body are being used for horror. It's just the body in this case isn't your own, but in fact the home, which, you know, throughout this, we got the analogy of the home as a body and what it does. And at the end, heard the home telling us like, hey, y'all disappointed me, y'all fucked up, I'm gonna eat you now. And then came back and was like, hey, you've hurt me and stuff. There's a lot of interesting things. Like I'm not too terribly smart about media analysis, and I'm not the kind of person who now wants to sit down and crack the code of what this game is, anatomy, ending explained. I'm not really interested in doing that too much. But there's definitely an interesting level of analogy connecting like the home not only as like, oh, it's the body and this part is the brain, but like to like the personal relationships of the people in it, and like relationships as a person would have it, but presented from like the position of the home. It's very interesting. I liked this game a lot. I thought it was very cool. Kitty Horrorshow has quite a few games, and this is actually an older one. It's made me very excited to maybe go check out some newer ones, because the newest one that I have seen was the Haunted Cities Volume 3, which I believe was 2019. It might have been 2018. I played it in 2019 at the very least, though. So I assume there might be some newer games. I believe I heard about a Haunted Cities Volume 4. Definitely a creator to support and keep an eye out on their works, because like let me just scroll over here. I can scroll over here to the itch page. I can immediately see. Let's see, when was this published? Is that 2016 or 2015? Let me put it on the 2016. Okay, so that came out in 2016. It received an update in 2017. But you know, a 5-year-old piece of media that received its last update 4 years ago, I had to swallow. That wasn't me forgetting how to do math, even though that very regularly happens. I'm sorry. Please. You know, they've done more stuff since then. Definitely, like, probably go check out some newer things and see like how their thoughts have developed and the kind of horror they're bringing to the table. You know, in a more modern day. Like, let's see, when did Volume 4 come out? Volume 4 came out November of 2020, November 1st, the day after Halloween, whenever people are like, oh, I'm done with horror. But no, that's when you got to put your feet in the fucking sand and say, no, baby, horror is forever. It keeps on going on, baby. So yeah, anatomy, I like that a lot. I don't think I am smart enough or have enough context to be able to sit down and consider everything immediately here in this video, and I don't think I would want to. I don't think you'd want me to, because I think we would all kind of like to derive our own explanations and thoughts more than explanations about this. I thought it was very cool. I liked it a lot. That was Anatomy by Kitty Horrorshow. Go check out some of their other stuff, please. Happy Halloween.